Hi, my name is Oleg. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This summer, an associate of mine asked me to make a wedding video for him. You know, I usually do not make wedding videos, and do not judge me if you've never been to Slavic weddings. It's a shit show. But he asked me to make not a standard wedding video. He wanted to reshoot the Godard's Pierrot le Fou with him and his bride. It's quite a task to find car mount in Georgia, in Tbilisi. So I had to make it myself. I had some pieces of gear that could be useful, but I didn't have any suction pumps. I went to the website of the building material store and found that there is a discount on the construction suction pumps that I used to put tiles on floors and walls and so on. So they were as cheap as $10 each, and I got 4 of them and started making my car mount rig. I like DIY projects. Unfortunately, I have a boss who is also an enthusiastic engineer, and he supported my idea to test my car mount before we shoot. So he brought his car, that's a Mustang, and we went to some picturesque location and mounted the camera in front of the car and to the side door. I would not recommend you to do the same thing if you're not ready to take the risks on you, but actually it works. You should not rely only on the suction cups. You should also use the strips. I used just one and it was enough in my situation, but basically the more the better. Usually I use 2. I have some pictures that I've shot back in the days in Russia, and there was a winter shift and it was so cold and the car was so Russian that the suction cups didn't stick. So I had to attach them to tie them with the straps. Straps always work. I've put the Blackmagic production 4K camera, the brick one, that weighs around 2 kilos. That's like 5 pounds? I'm not sure. The battery was mounted separately on a separate suction cup. Using such car mount system, you have no chance to make any harm to the car, to scratch or to leave some marks on it. When I thought that we were done, my boss said, "Hey, come on, just one shot? Let's make it from the side, like in the racing film." And we started mounting the camera on the door. There are a few important things that you should keep in mind when putting the camera too low on the car, like I did it. The camera exceeds the car sizes, so even an experienced driver should be aware of the camera size, not to put it into an obstacle and not to hit some other car with the camera. Also, you should better follow the... Okay, in most countries, this is simply illegal. But yeah, indie cinematography is like that, guerrilla filmmaking, and so on. So yeah, but you should be aware that you must not harm anybody or anybody's property. The second point is that there is always some dirt or rainwater in the streets that will be on your camera after quite a long shot. So using a rain deflector on your lens is a good idea. Okay, rain deflector is not such a DIY thing, but it's important. I didn't use rain deflector as I didn't have one, but it's a thing you should take into consideration. It was not so easy because the doors and all the surfaces of the Mustang are not flat, but finally we succeeded in it, and we got these beautiful takes. Usually I work with car mounts equipment that look pretty much the same, but it was sometimes more complex and more versatile. But in this case, and this case usually happens in indie movies, you know exactly what you need, know exactly what you want to get in a shot. So this car mount helps you to take the shot you want, if you know all the limitations. Here's the footage we shot that day. My associate was looking for a convertible car that it should look like in the Godard's movie. It was quite cold, but he managed to act normally for all the takes that we got. There were plenty of them. As you can see, you can achieve much better lighting conditions when the sound works like a backlight. It took about 30 to 40 minutes to assemble this autogrip. The basic idea of this car mount system is pretty the same as it used in an industrial made autogrips or some brand grips from different companies. I used the rotating Vario ND filter on the camera to reduce the amount of light. And as we were shooting in the mountainous area, the wind was so strong that in the middle of the take, the wind just rotated the filter and everything became dark. So I had to tape it down to prevent the exposure correct. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.